Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and know, yeah, I'm sad and know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, 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 à la folie. Oh, oh, oh.
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit.
Hey! Raindrop. Drop, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit all eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and know, yeah, I'm sad and know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, 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 à la folie. Oh, oh, oh.
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit.
Hey! Raindrop. Drop, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit all eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and know, yeah, I'm sad and know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, 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 à la folie. Oh, oh, oh.
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit.
Hey! Raindrop. Drop, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit all eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and know, yeah, I'm sad and know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, 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 à la folie. Oh, oh, oh.
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit.
Hey! Raindrop. Drop, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit all eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and know, yeah, I'm sad and know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, 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 à la folie. Oh, oh, oh.
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit.
Hey! Raindrop. Drop, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
My lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit all eyes on me.
guys dashing here, and we are live for Octane number 173. Go home edition of Octane, my friends, before, of course, next weekend's huge couple of days in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Our first stop on the road to Ascendance 14. Not only ferocity, but absolution as well. But guys, before we get there, we have got a truly huge episode of Octane to get to. This is going to be a pretty, archaic edition of Octane, my friends, because we are getting things started with a rematch from last episode of Octane. But guys, this time with a twist. Police Squad going to be taking on the Road Wives. This time around, however, it's going to be falls count anywhere. No countouts. Of course, last Octane, that's what happened. Road Wives ended up defeating Police Squad by countout, but that was not the victory they were looking for, the payback they were intent on getting, as Calvin Madison said himself, challenging Police Squad to this rematch, and now hoping to get their proper taste of revenge. No chance of a countout this time, and no disqualifications either. Falls count anywhere. As guys, of course, our main event is going to be that gargantuan, no disqualification, elimination, mixed tag team matchup as Resurgence take on this super team of Aaron Stone, Paul Devine, Danielle Davis, and Blake Virtue. And a whole lot in between, my friends. But indeed, Mark Ryan Murphy and Calvin Madison taken out last month by Police Squad, stopping them from making it to wild card to back up Mike Magnum Maxwell, but now returning for their payback. Red hot are the Road Wives, and they are looking to give all that piss and vinegar to Billy Boy Jones and Johnny Smith here in this Falls Count Anywhere match. Police Squad, Road Wives. Again, no countouts, no disqualifications. Pinfall submissions can be scored anywhere in the arena. As we see immediately the Road Wives charging Police Squad. These two teams beat the absolute hell out of each other last Octane. It's just a shame that match ended in a countout, but again, no possibility of that here. Also coming up, guys, we've got the Pro Wrestling Japan Women's Championship on the line. Guys, how about this? Typically when we talk about big, meaty matches, it's involving the fellas. Not the case here this evening, because going to be a whole lot of meat in that ring when Anna Simmons of Twisted Sisters will challenge Odyssey Rift. We'll also see Gus Novell and Mike Magnum Maxwell one-on-one. Huge fatal four-way match too. Mark Ryan Murphy will get himself out of the corner now, grabbing Jones by the back of the head, slamming him face first off that top turnbuckle. Slipped up. Accidents do happen. Try to make up for that. Because obviously there's a very large amount of momentum at stake throughout the show heading into next weekend. A massive weekend in San Juan, kicking off with our annual all-women event, Ferocity. And of course, in the main event, Alice Blake will return to action to challenge Thea for the Women's World Championship, guys. But right here on Octane number 173, it's going to be Sarah Miller and Thea one-on-one as John Smith just chucks Calvin Madison right over the top rope and down to the floor. Looks like Mark Ryan Murphy is trying to think about going for a weapon there. Stopped by Smith. Nasty clothesline coming off the apron. Look at Jones from behind, able to catch Murphy with an elbow. Goes behind, forearm in the middle of the back. Again, rough ruggedness of Police Squad. This is a matchup really tailor-made for Bill Jones and John Smith, as Jones guys just pulled out that sack and poured it. Gotta be hundreds of thumbtacks all over the floor over there at ringside. Double pin attempt, but Mark Ryan Murphy coming to the aid of Madison. Huge knee, damn, almost lead him right into a third cover. Thrown down is Bill Jones. The Irish hand grenade. Oh my God, another sack of thumbtacks poured out onto the floor, this time by John Smith, but in the ring, Bill Jones able to counter out of the Rings of Saturn attempt. Power bomb now. Oh, Jaeger bomb even. Shout out to Hunter Quinn there to Calvin Madison from behind, going to take Jones down. There are also guys here on Octane, number 173, going to be hearing from our CMV champion, Remy Morton, ahead of his next championship defense at Absolution next weekend in San Juan against the Hall of Famer Schmitty. Jones is starting to unload here on Calvin. Takes him down with a Russian leg sweep. Dealing with some technical difficulties. There we go. Bill Jones going to spin around Madison for a huge swinging side slam. Center of the ring, you know, the ringside area is kind of like lava because all of those thumbtacks poured out by Bill Jones and John Smith. Getting thrown out of the ring at this point could be, well, suffice to say, no fun whatsoever. Just surrounding the entire ring and hundreds of thumbtacks. Mark Ryan Murphy able to avoid falling into that pile there as he rolls out of the ring. Single on the hook face buster by Calvin Madison, but John Smith, the veteran that he is, rolling out of the ring. But remember, it's falls count anywhere. And here comes Mark Ryan Murphy to try to capitalize, perhaps. Madison, meanwhile, lining up his shot here on Bill Jones. You got Mark Ryan Murphy going for the pin. Referee's got to get over there, though, is the trouble. Of course, we now only have one official currently here on Octane after what transpired last Octane. We'll get more into that a bit later on. Calvin Madison trying for the pin. Referee took his time. What the hell is Mark Ryan Murphy doing there in the background from the top? Lays out John Smith in the ring. Madison trying to take off the head of Billy Jones as John Smith just in shock at the tenacity of the Irish hand grenade. Calvin Madison with a jackhammer to Bill Jones. 1, 2. Tough as tough comes, though. Police Squad not going to be so easily taken down here by the fired up Road Wives. Mark Ryan Murphy back in the ring. Bill Jones pulling out the brass knuckles, takes out Calvin Madison, but he didn't realize Mark Ryan Murphy had gotten into the ring. Air raid siren. Must have confiscated those brass knuckles from some criminal and used them against Calvin Madison there. I don't think that comes standard issue for the police in England. At least I'm not I guess I'm not for sure. Oh, something tells me, for what I do know, they're carrying on those batons. Gonna try for the rings of Saturn again. This John Smith's just gonna leave Bill Jones to fend for himself as Smith with an elbow to Madison, guys, who still hasn't recovered after that shot with the brass knuckles, but Mark Ryan Murphy able to break up the pin. Good wherewithal by the Irish handler, but man, what a punch that was from Johnny Smith. Police Squad starting to take over here in this Falls Count Anywhere match. Smith, maybe gonna look for that powerbomb. But Calvin Madison able to counter it. Madison a deceptively massive dive as he rams Bill Jones back first into the steel barricade. Mark Ryan Murphy asleep on his feet. He's got to wake up. DDT! Very nearly into the thumbtacks there. Lucky for Bill Jones, couple of inches to the right. That could have been a whole lot worse. Roadwise in control, out for revenge here as Madison gets funky, dropping that double axe handle on Bill Jones. Meanwhile, back there, Mark Ryan Murphy stomping on the bicep of John Smith. Looks like we're gonna focus on Smith. Mark saying, hey, Calvin, I'm not done yet. Breaks up that pin. I haven't had my fill. I'm not content. What a spear! Takes out Bill Jones. Now it looks like it's John Smith's turn. I hope Mark Ryan Murphy didn't just potentially cost Roadwise this match. I hope he knows what he's doing. Well, it looks like he does. Bill Jones is down. There'll be no help as Murphy locks in the rings of Saturn. Can Smith hang in there? Jones able to get back up and make the save. Where the hell is Calvin? Oh, there he is. And now slam down onto the apron. The hardest part of the ring, isn't that right? John Smith. Oh man, powerbomb in the thumbtacks. And of course, Falls Count Anywhere goes for the pin, but Calvin Madison there to save Mark Ryan Murphy, but man, gonna be pulling out some thumbtacks later on, that's for sure. As here comes Bill Jones, swinging side slam on the floor into the pin, just a pile of bodies. Referee counting the pin in the thumbtacks, and that will be enough for the Police Squad to pick up the win. Well, this is a fight that Road Wives wanted. It is a fight they got. Obviously not the outcome they were looking for. But again, they could have had the match won. Mark Ryan Murphy broke up Calvin Madison's pin. There's Bill Jones hitting this huge swinging side slam on the floor. Just an amalgamation of bodies there in the end. Police brutality on full display in this one.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shot, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the mood. He say I'm pretty, but
Well, like I said, my friends, typically when we refer to big, meaty matches here in CMV, we are talking about the fellas. That ain't going to be the case here. There's going to be a whole lot of meat, but this is for the Pro Wrestling Japan Women's Championship, and Anna Simmons, representing Twisted Sisters, challenging Odyssey Rift. It's a very interesting few weeks for Twisted Sisters. 2 of their matches ending in a time limit draw. Of course, we'll see Tara Breeze a part of that Fatal 4 match a bit later on. But it's Anna Simmons looking to set the pace and potentially bring some championship gold back to Twisted Sisters. Odyssey Rift a couple of weeks ago here on Octane laid out Anna Simmons after she had picked up a win against Fancy Rose. Best payback would be Simmons taking that Pro Wrestling Japan Women's Championship. This has not been the first time Odyssey Rift has defended her championship in CMV. Did so successfully in Japan a couple of months ago against Josefina Leota. This is going to be like 2 runaway trains, man, colliding head on. And I am ready for it. But yes, still to come, my friends. Gus Novell and Mike Magnum Maxwell one-on-one. After the chaos we saw erupt last episode of Octane, we're actually going to hear from Mike Magnum Maxwell before that matchup up next. But also still going to be hearing from the CMV champion, Remy Martin. Not only regarding what Mike Magnum Maxwell had to say about him, but also, of course, his upcoming championship defense against Schmitty next weekend at Absolution. That's what this one's all about. Pro Wrestling Japan Women's Championship. Will more of the PWJ's titles be in CMV hands by the end of this one. Obviously, the Pro Wrestling Japan Tag Team Championship currently held by Team Luger, while Peligro has that Pro Wrestling Japan International Championship. That's a big night for Twisted Sisters across the board. Then Tara Breeze, a part of that 4-way coming up, and also going to see guys Ileana Summers and Dallas Cole one-on-one later too. But right now it is Anna Simmons with Diana Holmes in her corner, taking on Odyssey Rift for that Pro Wrestling Japan Women's Championship. Me! This is going to be a hard-hitting one. I would bet my bottom dollar after it rings that bell. And Rift with a huge kick straight to the gut. Not taking long to try and mount Simmons here, but counter with some forearms to the jaw and a stomp to the gut. Twisted Sisters have definitely taken on a bit of an edge in recent weeks, which I said last Octane I'm liking. I think that's what they've been lacking to get ahead here in CMV. Oh, Odyssey Rift. Guillotining Simmons there on the top rope and a counter. Tries for a stop. Rift able to get to her feet. Boom! Just got her dang head taken off of that leg there. You can see the energy coursing through the veins of Anna Simmons. Of course, off that energy drink, no doubt about it. Not as good as Dubby, though. Let's just keep it a buck. Simmons going to try to go for the springboard maneuver there, but honestly, they're stopping her with an inverted scoop slam into the pin and a kick out. Big knee coming. Simmons able to avoid that. Again, going to try to go to the ropes. And if Simmons really wants to pull off some sort of springboard maneuver, but Rift is not making it easy. But how about the strength of the defending champion, Simmons, guys? One of the biggest women we have ever seen compete in a CMV ring. Rift just tossing her about like it ain't no thing. And now to the top rope. The champion not going to decide against taking a risk like that. I'd say that's probably a good idea. I don't know if this ring has been reinforced. Back body drop by Simmons. Rift going to get to a few. Whoa! Now, hang on. Anna Simmons with a pop-up Hurricanrana. That should be impossible for someone the size of Simmons to pull off a maneuver like that, but obviously it isn't. We just saw tries for the pin as well. Rift not out of this one yet, though. Going to try to grab him by the mohawk. That was a mistake. Elbows to the midsection. Rift up out of his shoulders and walks Simmons off into the corner. Snake eyes. That kick to the midsection might have saved Anna there. And another pop-up Hurricanrana. Feeling herself. She has a right to. Odyssey Rift hardly budging after that kick to the midsection. But has scanned her ground. Is this Kaiju? Chop to the chest of the challenger. Responds to Simmons, though, with a knife edge chop. Comes right back at her. This Odyssey Rift there, just chopping the hell out of each other here. But the Pro Wrestling Japan Women's Championship on the line, guys. And Rift now talking some smack. Obviously doesn't think Simmons hit that hard, but man, when they go for it now, they'll knock each other out. We might have a stalemate. Oh, but there's the cutter. Simmons saw her opening and pounced. But only a 2 count. Very close indeed. And Odyssey Rift felt that one. She's trying to get to refuge in the corner. Oh, that might be right where Simmons wants her, however. Rift able to reverse. Now going into the corner. Oh, the champion's desperate, guys. Odyssey Rift is desperate. Look how she covers it up so the ref can't see it, too. That's the veteran instincts kicking in for Odyssey. Runs down Simmons. In the corner with that clothesline. Anything to walk out of here. Still the champion. Face first off the exposed turnbuckle. And set up perfectly now. Oh, no. Everybody hang on. We have ourselves an earthquake here. From the top. Mowed down. I mean, Odyssey got to be at least 260, 270, I would guess. Look at, she's not believing it. Oh, come on, not this way. But the ref saw it. He might not have seen the exposed turnbuckle, but he saw that dirty pin attempt. And Simmons now going to try to choke the life out of Odyssey Rift. The death grip. Is Rift going to tap? Rift does not tap. Able to endure and snaps back with an arm wrench. Oh, now the referee sees the exposed turnbuckle. Too little, too late. Runs the arm now by Simmons, who digs a knee into the lower back of Odyssey to go for the pin, but the referee's distracted, fixing that top turnbuckle. Will it still be enough? Yes, it will! Anna Simmons is the new Pro Wrestling Japan Women's Champion. Odyssey Rift refused to tap. Hung in there when Simmons applied that death grip. But it took everything out of the champion. Nothing left to give. Probably could have had a 100 count there. Anna Simmons bringing gold back to Twisted Sisters. The new Pro Wrestling Japan Women's Champion. Oh, you just won that championship. Don't go losing it now. Go flying up into the cheap seats.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota.
So let's just get down to it at this point. Obviously, I've been away from CMV for almost a month. And if you didn't even know that, in the Championship Wildcard, I've been off your screens for about 2 months. You know, it has been fun, you know, not being able to compete for about 7 weeks on a weekly show. I'm not Schmitty. I don't enjoy that. And the fact that I wasn't even injured and I was taking off the weekly shows pisses me off. Like, let's talk about Wildcard real quick. Let's talk about this whole situation that has been building more and more. So, the one match, the one time, I'm supposed to have an even amount of odds on my side as Smitty does. Only one person shows up for me? Are we fucking kidding? And the person who showed up for me got attacked. The person who didn't even get attacked no-showed me and decided, nah, I don't need to get involved. I don't need to even the odds. I'm just going to sit back here and be a lazy fuck. Is that what's happening around here now? Are people that scared of Dashing and Smitty and that whole group that they're not even willing to stand up for themselves? Are we fucking kidding? That's not even taking into the fact that in my return match, after I win, I get attacked by the referee? The referee wants to lay their hands on me? The referee isn't even a legally signed wrestler to even go after me. So I don't even know how that even happens. Then Gus shows up and tries to attack me. But here's the thing about Gus, as we know. Gus isn't that strong in the ring. Gus isn't that even intelligent in the ring. So once he gets stuck on what to do next, I can easily get back up and beat his ass like I did. I just don't understand what goes through these people. And of course, Dashing. Dashing has had some sort of issue with me since the very beginning, since my signing. I got separated from my friends in the draft immediately. Me and Tobias get moved over to Octane, and Diamata, the third of our group, is stuck on Shockwave. I'm happy he came Intercontinental Champion, by the way. He deserves it. And Tobias gets wrapped up in a whole bunch of family shenanigans, which I don't get it. I don't know, but Tobias needs to sort that out, because it's not cool. And I'm left all by myself. I lose my Hardcore Championship to Time and Demise. I have to deal with the numbers games for months with Schmitty and his group. I'm not able to get through it because no one else wants to work with me. And when I finally have the Road Wives on my side, the Road Wives get attacked and jumped by Schmitty and Dashing by their orders, supposedly. And the old heads of CMV wants to come and help me out, but they don't show me. So this is why I don't trust anybody in this locker room at this point. The only people I did have trust in are not there to help me out right now. So, honestly, after I run through Gus like I'm going to an Octane, because let's be honest, Gus isn't that intelligent in the ring, nor fast enough to pick up the pace against me. Once I finish off Gus, once I knock out the referee too, I'm coming after you, Dashing. I'm done. I'm done with your games. I'm done with you running around here acting like you're better than me, acting like you're better than everyone else in this locker room when you just sit backstage and do shit. You don't do anything, Dashing, to bring anything to the show. You didn't even have stepped foot in the ring in a very long time. You know nothing about this business. You act so highly about yourself when you don't bring anything to this company besides your piss poor attitude. Once I'm done with you, Dashing, I'm gunning after the CMV World Championship. I'm gunning after Remy Martin. And I don't care if Smitty, your golden child, has the title. Because I'll run through Smitty one-on-one because he can't handle me by himself. And know for a fact when it's me versus Remy, because let's be honest, I have a long history with Remy Martin through my time on the indie scene. I don't mind stepping in with Remy because at least we will tore the house down. Tour, whatever. Here's my final warning to you, Dashing, Gus, and anybody else in my way. You really think I'm going to put any trust in this locker room after what's been going on with me? I finally have the numbers to gun after all of you. You really think all of you are going to be able to get away with what you have for the past 10 months? So, I wish you the best of luck, because the people that I'm bringing in are coming in sooner than you think.
And of course, there's vintage Mike Magnum Maxwell pointing his finger at absolutely everyone else except himself. I mean, literally, was there anyone that he didn't just talk shit about? And look, even I will say that what went down last Octane was way beyond messed up. And look, Mike Magnum Maxwell likes to call me a crooked general manager, says that I display favoritism. If that was the case, would I have done what I did earlier today? Would I have called that referee into my office and fired her on the spot? No, I wouldn't have. Of course, I also offered her a contract as a CMV superstar, but that's beside the point. I digress. Maxwell has a really bad tendency to blame everybody else for his shortcomings instead of looking in the mirror. And here's a man in Gus Nivelle who's going to force him to confront himself. The Hound, who after, of course, the referee at last Octane blindsided Mike Magnum Maxwell after his matchup, rushed the ring, beat the hell out of Maxwell until finally security rushed in to break the two up. And as it turns out, this referee, Reina, her name, and Gus Nivelle forming quite the friendship, slipped her a little fiber to help him out. And indeed, now the newest member of the Octane roster, Reina, Mike Magnum Maxwell, is a man who's looking to stand his ground. Best of luck, I say to him. And again, if I was this caricature Maxwell has drawn up, so evil, when I say that, when I wish Mike Magnum Maxwell goodwill, if I apparently hated him so much it was keeping him down, some sort of system working against him here on Octane. Look, I'm giving him this match against Gus Nivelle a chance at payback, aren't I? Come on now. Everybody knows I'm the greatest general manager in CMV history, and probably the most fair. I don't think you can find a single other person that would agree with Mike Magnum Maxwell that I'm this dictator of a general manager. So it's Gus Nivelle, Mike Magnum Maxwell going to pick up where they left off last October. Gus Nivelle trying to charge Maxwell before the bell even rang, and well, that did not go his way. Gus saying he did what he did because, well, much like a lot of other people, Reina, myself included, tired of Mike's complaining. Gus saying, look, never heard me complaining. Things haven't been going very well for me, but I keep getting in the ring trying to work my way back up, prove myself worthy of getting to the top here in CMV. Gus saying he's thirsty for blood. Trying to get it from Mike with the former Anarchy champion. As we are now on the road to Ascendance 14. Hot as can be. Oh, obviously didn't get all of what he was trying for there. I think the last thing Mike needs to be doing is making even more enemies. There's very few friends here in CMV, as he touched on himself a moment ago before this match began. Calling out everyone and their mothers. I don't think it's the way to go, but hey, to each their own. Well, former rite of passage champion, a former Intercontinental champion. Wants to ensure that he makes it to Ascendance 14. So does Mike Magnum Maxwell into the pin here. And a kick out at 1. Grab by the back, they're going to get dragged off into the corner here. Novell is a man who is most definitely desperate, but so is Mike Magnum Maxwell. 2 desperate men. And you know that old saying, when you're desperate, you're dangerous. You saw a glimpse of man. These two were ripping each other apart last Octane. And they're keeping up here. Shiranui. Oh, no. The roll the dice is Mike Magnum Maxwell. And now goes up to the top rope. We're going to take a big risk here against the Hound. And it does not pay off as Novell beats his chest. No intimidation in a work. Maxwell not backing down, but Novell able to connect with his elbows to the side of the head. Freeing up to that fireman's carry position. And a springboard drop kick, now both men down. Here on Octane number 173, still a lot to look forward to, my friends. How about that fatal 4-way match? Also got, hang on. Gus Novell. We've seen this before, right in the middle of the ring as well. No hope for a rope break. Maxwell able to escape. Irish whip on the rebound, drops down. Kick to the gut. Vintage Maxwell with that corkscrew neckbreaker. Hooks the leg, center of the ring. But a kick out at 2. And Gus gonna make a beeline for the ropes. Get himself back up. Maxwell relentless, however. There's the stomp! Into the pin. 1, 2. Well, the 2 is all Maxwell's gonna get. Come on, Gus. Big punch. Got the fans up on their feet. They're loving what they're seeing here. And Maxwell seated like a man possessed. Irish whip into the corner. Big kick to the midsection. Oh, and now Gus. Got to be careful here not to get himself disqualified, though. Where the hell was the ref? Why was she outside of the ring? Please don't tell me this ref is going to start acting up now. He's the only ref we got left here on Octane, for crying out loud. Elbows to the midsection by Maxwell. I'm going to make Gus wear referee shirt if he doesn't cut it out. Both guys going for it. Gus is the one. But barely connects, but he didn't manage to take Maxwell off his feet. Irish whip into the corner. No, countered. Maxwell coming up a little short there, makes up over the stop. And Gus getting himself up out of the corner. And a Hurricane Rana. And Novell got Maxwell stunned. Gonna make the most of it, sends him off into the corner. Maybe trying to get him up top. No, maybe scoop slam, setting him up in position for something nasty, I'm sure. Nothing good for Mike Magnum Maxwell. Oh, we've seen this before. Nothing but net. Or, well, an old school schmitty from Gus Novell there to Mike Magnum Maxwell. Into the pin. 1, 2, kick out by Maxwell, who hurriedly rolls over to the ropes. He's hurt after that. He managed to kick out, but he's not looking too hot right now. Springboard. Woo! I think I heard the snap, crackle, and pop of Gus's neck off that one. Now it's Maxwell going to the top. He's stalking Gus. Takes that wrist. Big forearm right on top of the head. Former Anarchy champion, though, gets caught with a kick. Novell proved to be dangerous even when he's on his back. Maxwell, though, kicks to the back of the knee. Come on, Gus, get your shit together. Great combo. Maxwell can't keep up. And a springboard moonsault. Into the pin. Does Neville have him beat? No, he does not. At least not yet. Come on, ref. 2? Yeah, try for it again. 1. Just a 1 count that time. That was definitely a 1. Gus going to slow things down as he stalks Maxwell here. Don't take too long now, Gus. Give a man like Maxwell this opportunity to recover. Wow, what? A move by Gus Neville to avoid the stop. Roll underneath Mike Magna Maxwell. That literally had me like speechless for a second there. And here again, Gus Neville applies that modified sort of sharpshooter. But again, Maxwell is able to escape it. Closes the distance. Irish whip, watch out, ref. Big kick! Gus is out, but Maxwell not content. Into the STF. The STF from Mike. Will Gus tap? Will Gus Neville tap? Don't do it, Gus! Hang in there, Gus! The Hound will not surrender, but Mike reapplies it. STF again! But Neville breaks free! What a match! Kick. And just like that, Mike Magna Maxwell been busted wide open, I think, for that elbow Neville used to escape the STF. How about the resolve of the Hound? A kick across the chest. And going nowhere is Mike Magna Maxwell. They're standing center of the ring, just digging into each other. Heavy shot. And Maxwell outstriking them now. What a knee into the pin. 1, 2, ref, you son of a...
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I...
Mike Magna Maxwell, I heard what you had to say on Twitter. I got a few notifications. I opened up my phone and I heard what you had to say about a few people, including myself. Now, we know that there's a few people gunning for my title. The next in line, Schmitty. I just defeated and retained against 3 nobodies that are now in my rearview mirror. Schmitty is gonna join them momentarily. And then you, Mike, I don't doubt for 1 second that you are going to get a shot at my CMV World Championship. And when that time comes, Mike Magna Maxwell, you will also join them. I will go on. I mean, shit. I already am the best, the greatest CMV World Championship of all time. Because I am the greatest professional wrestler on God's green earth. And Mike, we do have a past. We do know each other from the indie scene. But for 1 second, do not think that you are special, because you are not the only one in this company or in this industry that has gotten screwed over time and time again. The difference between you and I, Mike, is that I'm not going to sit here and bitch and moan about how or who I've gotten screwed over from. I won the CMV IC title in just a few short months of me being here, and then I instantly got screwed over by people that I considered to be my close friends because I took my eye off the ball. At the end of the day, Mike, I am CMV champion, not because of who I was, but because of who I am, and I will continue to be CMV world champion.
Excuse me, everyone, for a second while I fix my suit. You know, sometimes you just gotta take care of business yourself. You know what we call that, Mike? We call that a receipt, buddy. There you go. You want to walk around for months saying I'm a piece of shit, I'm a crooked general manager? Well, now you've been vindicated, Mike. How does it feel? You can't respond right now, can you? Because you're knocked out cold. Son of a bitch. So there you go, Mike. Now I'm your villain. Hope you're happy. When you wake up, you let me know. And the show goes on because I'm a professional, unlike Mike Magnum Maxwell. I'm going to continue to do my job. And we still have a hell of a show to go here on Octane number 173. It's already been a great episode in my humble opinion. But up next, Vanessa Morgan, set to go one-on-one with 1/3 of the new Trios champions. Wait a minute. Celebrating in style. I can't remember the last time I saw a good old-fashioned scooter. Vanessa Morgan and Amelia Jones. One-on-one here, my friends. And there, of course, Sophia E. Faith in Amelia's corner for this matchup, guys, that's got a lot of momentum on the line heading into Absolution next weekend, where both Vanessa Morgan and Amelia Jones will compete in the Queen of the Hill match. But it was indeed last Octane that the Regulators captured the Trios Championship from Pat LaFaves. Of course, Thea the Third. Later on, we'll see Sarah Miller, Thea, one-on-one. Regulators now two-time Trios champions, but this time it's the women of the Regulators with the gold. Pretty apropos, because it was just about this time last year that the Regulators became Trios champions at Homecoming. Lines up nearly perfectly. Morgan, Jones, one-on-one, and a chance for Jones to, actually compete, because last Octane in that, oh, don't fall for this now, Amelia. Come on, I'm sorry, but Amelia, you're dumb. You are certified Scoopito to fall for that and pays the price. But as I was saying, last Octane in that Trios Championship match, Amelia Jones never got tagged in. Didn't have to lift a finger, didn't break a sweat for the Regulators to win the Trios Championship. Sophia E. Faith and Thea did all the work. And now Amelia trying to gain a big push of momentum heading into the Queen of the Hill match. Ooh, and again later on we'll see Sarah Miller of Pat's LaFaves and Thea one-on-one. Before, of course, next weekend in San Juan at Ferocity, the main event. Alice Blake returns to the ring to challenge Thea for the Women's World Championship. These women 2 of 6 who will clash in the Queen of the Hill match, guys, where, of course, the winner earns a World Championship opportunity at Ascendance 14. And Vanessa almost pissed off that Amelia tried that. Clothesline doing nothing either. Morgan just too damn big. You're going to put up into the back of the head, going to put her down hard. Faith trying to cheer her on, kick and knock her back. Let's not forget, guys, our colossal main event. No disqualification, elimination, mixed tag team match as Resurgence takes on this insane team of Aaron Stone, Paul Devine, Danielle Davis, and Blake Virtue. Vanessa surely has to be a favorite in the Queen of the Hill match. I think if I had to personally pick, if I had to be biased for just a moment, Mike Magnamax would say I'm biased all the time, but what does he know? He's picking up his teeth right now. As I was saying, though, Vanessa Moore would probably be my pick. I'll tell you what, it's a big gal Queen of the Hill match. Amelia's going to kind of find herself stuck between a rock and a hard place because you got Vanessa Morgan, you got Phoebe Rose, you also got Sydney Mayhem in that match. A lot of big gals, hard hitters. And Amelia's going to try to overcome just as she attempts to do here. Which, as Amelia said to Thea after their win last Octane, her first championship in almost 3 years. Former women's tag team champion, the dry spell finally at an end, and she didn't have to do anything to become a champion again. Must be nice. Going down onto the floor. Of course, in the Queen of the Hill match, there will be no countouts, no disqualifications either, and it's last woman standing that punches their ticket to the biggest show in CMV history, Ascendance 14. Stomp to the back, gonna flip Vanessa over. Looks like Amelia is gonna opt to try to pick Vanessa apart while she's down, which is a pretty great strategy, in my opinion. Oh, kendo stick just chilling over there. Ref, I guess, hasn't seen it. I'm gonna imagine if Delilah slid that into the ring at some point. Amelia stalking Morgan from the corner, but Vanessa wise enough to crawl into the corner there. Closing distance. Damn! A headbutt from the Aussie Brute, former television champion. Amelia not backing down. European uppercut. Kick to the gut right in front of Sophia E. Fate as well. Nothing she can do to help Amelia right now as Vanessa Morgan powerbomb into the pin. 1, 2. Very few have ever kicked out of that powerbomb. Amelia's toughness certainly coming into play right there. And even though she kicked out, she ain't out of the woods yet. Look at Vanessa bullying Amelia. Driving into the corner, tries for a knee drop. Amelia able to get out of the way. And she's not quick enough though to take advantage. Got Vanessa down to a knee. Now an Irish whip on the rebound, drops down. Leapfrog and a back elbow hits hard. Jones gonna go up top. Looking for a moonsault. A corkscrew moonsault even. Into the pin, but a takeout. Very short list of those that have pinned Vanessa Morgan. Amelia Jones already on that list. 2 times perhaps. Overdrive. 1, 2. On another kick out by Morgan as Faith watches intently here. Stays on the attack as Amelia Jones looks like maybe gonna go on top again. Walter Bridge rope. Stalking Morgan, maybe a missile drop kick or a Miura. Could really look like she can go all night long if necessary. Ready for a throwdown fight here. Another stiff as stiff gets kicked to the gut. And walk her all the way across the ring to drop her face first on that top turnbuckle. But Amelia able to get a boot up, very slick. Closes the distance with a bicycle knee, downs the Aussie, gets right back up. Tries for a spear, man. Amelia loves it. She was able to block that, otherwise could have cut her clean in half. Punch to the gut, that'll suck the air right up out of you. Turns her around, damn! Jones gonna go for the cover. Does she have it in the bag? Yes, she does! Amelia Jones has done it again! And maybe the underdog should not be so counted out heading into that Queen of the Hill match. Maybe I should change my pick. Amelia Jones pins Vanessa Morgan, and momentum going to be on her side heading into the Queen of the Hill match next weekend. What a victory. What a couple of weeks for Amelia Jones. Are we looking at our next Queen of the Hill? Well, things can only get better from here for the regulators. For Amelia Jones. Is Ascendance calling?
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the moody. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. On the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. Yeah, used to wear the cheap stuff, now it's all designer. Bling. Got him right around my little finger. He let the way I pop it like a can of fizz. Told him if he want this, better know the business. I'm not his wifey, I'm his fantasy. Living life in first class, can't you see? Look at me, said my attitude is kinda spicy.
Well, a big win that was for Amelia Jones, guys. And it's a big win that Donovan Merck is looking for coming out next. As he gets set to take on Gamma Man. We still got that Fatal 4 match to come, guys, as well as our huge main event, no disqualification, elimination mixed tag team match. That's a mouthful. As we prepare to head to San Juan, Puerto Rico, next weekend. The first stop on the road to Ascendance 14, Ferocity and Absolution. And it looks like, guys, Pete Jones is going to repay the favor. Last Octane, Merck in his corner as Jones picked up a win against Stevie Wizard. And perhaps Pete Jones has bought into this idea presented by Merck for the two of them to form a partnership. But will Donovan Merck be able to figure out the enigma that is Gamma Man in his official Octane debut. I don't know that Merc has ever been in the ring with somebody like Gamma Man before. I don't know that anybody has. But don't let the look fool you. Gamma Man, agile, athletic, and dangerous. Once that bell rings. Donovan Merc. Gamma Man. 1-on-1 as we see this alliance between Merc and Pete Jones blossoming before our very eyes. That's what I'm talking about. Gamma Man immediately with a drop kick to the face of Merc. As soon as the bell rings, a springboard clothesline. There's a Gamma Man brave enough to get in the ring with bloody justice in his CMV debut. Springboard moonsault, Merc so fast. Falls over the stomp to the arm. Kick to the side of the head though by the Gamma Man. Gets back to his feet. And right out of the corner. Looking to catch him with a tornado kick. It's a little bit too long in the setup. Merc able to see it coming and avoid it. Tries for a DDT perhaps, but into the gut. Trying to crack the rib into the pin. But a rope break, now the ref sees the rope. Yeah, great. Didn't see it when Gus Namel had the rope break. Cool, man. Oh, look at this. Pete Jones not wasting very much time, coming to the aid of Donovan Merc. Tit for tat. Hurricane Rana, though, by Gamma Man. Out of the corner. Stomp of Merc. Tries to get back into it. Walks right into that forearm smash. Coming up next, my friends, a long-awaited matchup between Ileana Summers and Dallas Cole. A match that specifically Cole's been waiting about a month for plus. Ever since Ileana Summers cost her the Women's World Championship. Been a good night for Twisted Sisters so far. We'll see if it continues. Karen Breeze also going to be a part of that fatal four-way match. Drop kick. Also still, of course, got Sarah Miller and the Women's World Champion Thea one-on-one. Tell you what, Gamma Man in the driver's seat right now. Now that his way tries for a little splash there. Merc gets the knees up and an enziguri. Strikes fast and hard, does Donovan Merc. He says Gamma Man's time is up. But maybe not just yet. Elbows to the side of the head. Pete Jones grabs at the ankle. Pete Jones probably pretty instrumental in this match for Merc so far. This could be a very dangerous alliance indeed between Merc and Jones. And man, laid out Merc there. Gamma Man coming out of the corner. Another big punch into the pin. But a kick out at 2.5 by Donovan. Certainly got his jaw jacked there, though. And another frog splash. Merc is hurt. Jones going to try again to grab Gamma Man's ankle. This time he's able to avoid it, though. Barely, what a boot from Merc into the pin. Gamma Man survives. But Merc going right to the top, and he's got to be looking for that elbow. But apparently Gamma Man did his homework and he knew it was coming. Trying to go to the ropes. Merc going to cut him off. Goes behind. Rip toward into the jaw, putting down Gamma Man. Backs into the corner, desperate to recover, but Merc stand on him like a monkey on a cupcake. And a boot. Straight down the gullet of Gamma Man, Donovan Merc. Looks like maybe gonna try for that triangle choke. We've seen him utilize this before. Gamma Man caught. But will he tap? Will Garrett tap? Yes, he will. Donovan Merck gets the dub. And guys, this could truly be the beginning of a great partnership. Pete Jones helped out a whole hell of a lot in this match, and it paid off. Another win for Donovan Merck.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the moody. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. Pop the top, watch the bubbles rise up.
Oh, it's a matchup coming up next, my friends, that Dallas Cole has been waiting over a month for. The chance to get her hands on the woman that cost her the Women's World Championship. The 1.5 of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Ilya Summers, who is one of the 6 women who next weekend at Absolution will compete in the Queen of the Hill match, but tonight, Summers at risk of being dealt a little bit of revenge. This was a month ago that Ileana, guys, saved Thea as Dallas Cole was a couple of seconds away from cashing in her magnificent contract on the fiery Frenchwoman. If not for Summers, well, Thea might not be the champion right now. Dallas Cole biding her time now gets her shot at payback against Summers. Of course, the rest of Resurgence in action in our main event. But Summers, much like Amelia Jones earlier, trying to get some momentum heading into Queen of the Hill. Came up short a couple weeks back, challenging for the Women's World Championship. How about a rematch on the grandest stage of them all? I bet that sounds pretty damn good for Ileana Summers. That's what she's fighting for at Absolution. It's already been a great night for Twisted Sisters with Anna Simmons capturing the Pro Wrestling Japan Women's Championship earlier, defeating Odyssey Rift. Dallas Cole hopes to keep things on the up and up and send it off to Taryn Breeze, who's in that fatal 4-way match a bit later on. And there, of course, that contract that Dallas Cole can cash in whenever she wants for a World Championship opportunity. She's already tried to cash it in a couple of times, and every time it has backfired. She only has a few more months before the contract expires. Might be time to get a schmoove on. Dallas waiting for the opportunity. Maybe that opportunity comes next weekend at Ferocity. But right now it is Ileana Summers. Dallas Cole one-on-one, and Dallas immediately trying for a boot. Uh-oh, gonna get rolled up, imagine. Hang on now. Shortest match in CMV history potentially, but no. Cole gotta be careful not to get overzealous. Again, she's been waiting over a month for this match. Understandable that she'd be in her own head, but it's gotta be weird, and especially against someone the caliber of Ileana Summers. They're one of the 6 women who will compete next weekend in the Queen of the Hill match. An opportunity to move on to Ascendance 14 and challenge for a World Championship. Following the footsteps of our past Queen of the Hill match winners, Celestia, of course, the very first ever, last year's Amber Young. Both of them went on to fail to capture the World Championship at Ascendance. Maybe this year, though, the winner will change that. Maybe, just maybe, it'll be Ileana Summers. Headbutts here from Dallas Cole. And Ileana rises to her feet. And grab on the back of the head, over to the ropes. Ooh. Ooh! the face. I did not see that coming. Most definitely Ileana Summers did not. Yeah, she's feeling the effects of it. Dallas from the apron. Springboard DDT. I love the offense of Dallas Cole. Tries for that senton off the top. Able to get them knees up though. The Russian Vixen with a head scissors. Dallas Cole won that magnificent contract back at Battle Scars. And she only has a few months left to pull the trigger before that contract expires, but you can't blame Dallas Cole for being hesitant after her first couple attempts failed. And again, the history of the magnificent contract these last few years probably making her hesitant as well. The last couple of cash-ins failing. To the top, we're going to try that senton again, an elbow. But again, Summers sees it coming and is able to get out of the way. Oh, Summers been busted open. Dragged off against the rope. Uh-oh. Cutter from the rope. Rope off the leg, but only going to give Dallas a 2 count. As Summers, desperate ploy, rolls out onto the apron. Don't know if she's going to find any safety out there. Oh, Dallas got ahead of herself. Ran right into that knee. Summers tries to act quick. Not quick enough. Surasi Driver. Vintage Dallas Cole. Not going to go for the pin. Oh, yes, she is. Okay. Probably should have gone for the pin right away, in my opinion. Oh, there you go. And that's why. Springboard coffin drop keeps the pressure on. Ileana's got to do something. And quick to turn things around. It might already be too late. By the look of it. Oh, my God. Dallas. Repeated knees upside the head. Ileana cracked wide open. Dallas been holding this in for over a month. Trying to snap DDT off Brett's rope. Summers, though, all she needs is a sliver of an opening. There you go. Using her own head as a weapon. Trying to crack open the skull of Dallas. And the Russian Vixen looking to lock in the Dragon Sleeper. Is it all over for Dallas Cole? Goes back, one escape, stomp. And now, some head, but whose head is harder? That's the question we're trying to answer here, I guess. As these two just continually headbutt each other. Up on the fireman's carry position, Ileana escapes from elbows to the side of the head. Gonna go for the ropes, but Dallas stops her just in time. Tries to turn her around. Summers caught with a catchphrase. Moves through, drop kick to the side of the head. Gonna try for the pin, not hook of the leg. Will that be a mistake? Yes, it will. Ileana able to kick out again. It looks like Dallas getting frustrated. Hands on her hips. Looking down at Ileana. We're gonna go up to Brett's rope. Maybe gonna try that DDT again. No! Face breaker. And another knee. God, Dallas is certainly trying to break Ileana's face here. Ileana, how tough. Charlotte Women's Tag Team Champion, I'm telling you. A lot of people underestimate Ileana Summers, and that's their mistake. A fatal one, if you're in the ring with her. Egging on Dallas Cole. These two giving it to each other. But neither is budging. Something's gotta give. Who's gonna get the upper hand? Ileana! Into the choke slam! Falls into the pin. 1, 2. What a match. But if Summers can lock in that Dragon Sleeper again, you gotta imagine Dallas won't be able to survive again. Dallas not gonna let that happen. Gets up out of the corner. Tries to scoop her up, leaving the gut. Irish whip it off the ropes. Drops down. What an arm drag. Whew. Almost chunked her out of the damn ring. And splash. Goes Dallas Cole. Turning the table, but still able to kick out. Look at Dallas. Straight back up to her feet, but Summers having none of it. Lifting reverse DDT. Summers now going to go up top. With blood pouring down her face, whelps forming. Drop kick directly to the face, and Eliana poised. Looking to again. Go for the Dragon Sleeper, but Dallas not giving him an opportunity. Gut check time, Dallas from the corner. Bird kick, gotta be it. 1, 2, 3, what a match. Ileana Summers and Dallas Cole taking some chunks out of each other in this match, man. But it's Dallas Cole who earns some all-time important momentum as she waits to pick her spot to cash in that Magnificent contract. And like I said before, maybe the opportunity will present itself next weekend in San Juan. Well, this is a win that had to feel very good for Dallas Cole. Man, it's gonna have a couple of gnarly bruises. 2 black eyes, looks like.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the moody. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry.
Well, coming up next, my friends, here on Octane, number 173, it's supposed to be our tertiary main event, guys. Fatal 4-way match, but it seems like things have gotten started a tad bit early in the backstage area here between Taryn Breeze, Su Jin, Piper Goodish, and Selena Satoru. For crying out loud, man, I was hoping that this Fatal 4-way match would finally provide us with a challenger for Jessica Cash's television championship next weekend in San Juan and Ferocity after the repeated time limit draws we've had and brawls over these last few weeks. No definitive number 1 contender emerging from the pack, but instead we've got an absolute onslaught here backstage. Taryn Breeze taking Selena Sotomayor down into a crossface. And luckily the television champion nowhere to be seen, not a part of this. As Piper Goodish, oh man, on the concrete, lays out Taryn Breeze. Sujin not looking all that good up there on the supply crates, and security out to lunch. As right now it's only Piper Goodish and Selena Satoru standing. But maybe not for very much longer. Goodish taking out everyone. For crying out loud, who is going to challenge Jessica Cash for her television championship next weekend if there's nobody left? If these four women take each other out of the picture before we even make it to San Juan, where the hell are they going? Toward the garage. Both women down, and where is security? Piper Goodish trying to send Taryn Breeze back toward the main area here. There's the security office. I don't see anybody in there. Oh, there's that leg lariat from the former television champion. That's going to hurt, landing on the concrete floor. Who would have guessed? Sujin is out. Selena Satoru is out. It's down to just Breeze and Goodish here. Neither woman is relenting, though. Oh, no. Goodish going for a baseball bat. The punk rocker willing to do whatever she has to, I guess, to earn that television championship opportunity. Thwacking Breeze across the chest with that bat. Forget security. We're going to need medical back there. And again, Goodish drilling Breeze neck first down onto the concrete. Man, what the hell? Goodish looks like the last woman standing. She's still not done. Now going for the knees of Breeze. That's going to do it. Piper Goodish. Oh, I don't know if I call it standing, but the last woman conscious, at least here.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda.
Last Octane, Tommy Demise and we went toe-to-toe with my CMV World title on the line in an Anarchy Rules match. And some may say that a match like that is Tommy Demise's wheelhouse. That Tommy Demise is the extreme superstar out of us two. Well, motherfucker, ask him now who is extreme. At the end of the day, I won. Yeah, I did it. I beat Tommy Demise. And then lo and behold, after the match is all said and done, after I'm about to walk out with my CMV World Championship and go celebrate, look who it is. Schmitty. Just some other low-level douchebag trying to cut the line. Schmitty, whatever is going on between me and Tommy has nothing to do with you. So Schmitty, before we go any further, I want to ask you, are you sure about this? Are you sure you want to go to the fucking limit? Because you will get your title match. I don't doubt it for 1 second. You'll get your shot. You'll get it. But remember who you're dealing with. You're dealing with more than just a god, Schmitty. You're dealing with the fucking devil.
Well, as we make sure to get those women in the back some help, Into our co-main event we go, my friends. Here on Octane number 173, we just heard from the CMV champion, Remy Martin, some very pointed words for his challenger next weekend at Absolution. That, of course, being the Hall of Famer, Schmitty. Indeed, it will be the game-changer challenge of Remy Martin for the CMV Championship in San Juan. Undoubtedly going to be Remy Martin's big challenge. His biggest challenge yet as champion, but there's one thing Remy Martin has proved this past month, retaining that championship 3 times against 2 veterans, 2 former world champions, and a sadistic Tommy demise. It's that he's ready for any and all challenges coming his way. But will he truly be ready for the Hall of Famer next weekend? We'll see. Well, the question still remains, guys, of who's going to challenge Jessica Cash next weekend at Ferocity for the television championship. It's going to remain, I guess, a question for now. But it is co-main event time, and Sarah Miller prepared to go toe-to-toe once again with the fiery French woman, Thea. One half, or should say, rather, one, well, she really is one half, because again, Amelia Jones barely did anything. Sophia E. Faith and Thea that won the Trios Championship, but I digress. 1/3 of the Trios Champions, and of course, the Women's World Champion, heading into the biggest match of her career next weekend. Main event of Ferocity, defending that Women's World Championship against the greatest Women's World Champion in CMV history, the returning Alice Blake. And it's Thea looking to send a message to Blake by taking out her best friend right here and right now in Sarah Miller. Not the first time these two have stepped into the ring against each other. Every time they have, it's been an absolute humdinger. I'm expecting nothing less here as the referee rings the bell. The last thing Thea needs is for her momentum to be sidetracked in any sort of way heading into Ferocity next weekend. And that's exactly what Miller's looking to do on behalf of Alice Blake here. Our main event coming up next, no disqualification, elimination mixed tag team matchup. Resurgence takes on Aaron Stone, Paul Devine, Danielle Davis, and Blake Virtue. Big old slam by Thea there. You know, this time last year, Thea was busy beating my ass. Look at where a year gets you, man. Double champion, defending the Women's World Championship, main event of Ferocity, and against the greatest of all time, at Alice Blake. As Thea hopes to ensure she walks into Ascendance 14 as the champion still. The German suplex out of the corner there. So far, so good. Thea going to shoot the half into the pin. And a knee right to the face. Of course, Thea is going to be confident, not going to show any sort of weakness, be that physically or mentally. You've got to imagine deep down Thea knows her reign as Women's World Champion is in the utmost jeopardy. She's stepping into the ring with the undisputed greatest of all time in the CMV Women's Division, the longest reigning Women's World Champion of all time, most defenses of the Women's World Championship of all time, of any championship in CMV history, all time. The GOAT, Alice Blake. This is the first time ever Alice Blake and Thea will be meeting one-on-one. Of course, you got to also remember Alice Blake, guys. This is going to be her first match in, oh gosh, would have been mob violence that she lost. Or no, it was Or was it validation? It was validation that she lost the Women's World Championship to Rubio Natal. So that would have been 5 months ago. The ring rust, a very real possibility. And imagine the pressure that's on Alice's shoulders to be returning to the ring, trying to become Women's World Champion once again, to falter, to show weakness herself, is something that Blake simply cannot allow. It's going to be a truly epic clash, guys. I cannot wait, but right now she is in really big trouble at the hands of Sarah Miller. Off the top, the old crossbody for the powerhouse Pixie. Very decorated in her own right. Former Women's Tag Team Champion, former Zero G Champion, former Trios Champion, thanks to Thea. Woo! Does a little Texas two-step before dropping Thea with that side slam. Fiery French woman coming alive. The fans on their feet. Matchbook. Not going to risk a rope break, but at the same time wasting a lot of time here, dragging Sarah away from the ropes into the pin. That's going to cost her only a 2 count. Like I said, oh, he is wasting no time. Extinguisher! Stop playing around, guys. The Women's World Champion knows Alice Blake is watching. Well, Miller able to kick out. As I was about to say, every time these two have gotten in the ring against each other, it has been a phenomenal match. I believe the last time they fought one-on-one, Miller was victorious. That was many months ago, though. Thea in the corner, looking worse for wear. Miller running right into them boots. Scooped up for a snake eye. Ooh, that busted Miller open. Thea gonna pounce on the weakness. Goes up top. Oh, vintage Thea with the diving shoulder tackle. She has won matches with that, but not gonna beat Miller with it. Last thing Thea wants to risk here is an injury, and oh man, crunchy! How about a neck injury? Would be debilitating into the pin, but a kick out of 2. Again, Alice watching any sort of weakness she can pick up on. You know she'll take advantage of at Ferocity next weekend. Oh, come on, Miller. Insult to injury now. That's Thea, not a fan. Oh, a lot of people paid good money to be in Thea's position right there. I certainly wouldn't. Oh, Pixie Plex! Absolutely caught. Was Thea right there? 1, 2. Like kicks out, man. A lot of damage being done to the neck of Thea in this match. Thea's got to end this one. And sooner rather than later, we're trying to do that with a running power slam. Always fired up, Thea, big punch. Well, Miller gonna give it right back to her. Right hook. Responds in kind as Miller. Knife edge shot from Thea. Sarah Miller giving it back. Anything you can do, I can do better. Slap across the face, gonna get rejected. Big knife edge shot from Thea. Woo! Thea could use a little bit of tan, in my opinion. And now they're gonna go for it. Thea trying to get the upper hand, and she does. Miller dazed, dragged off into the corner. Oh no, I don't like this. I don't like this any way, shape, or form for Miller, but Miller, the veteran, knew Thea was trying to set up for that diving. Wait a minute. Tried for the fireball, Miller avoiding it. Turned her around, big drop kick. And this a desperate pin attempt by Miller. Will it pay off? No, it will not. Miller gonna stalk Thea, full steam ahead. Oh, Thea tried to get the boots out. Well, Miller with a sliding German. Again, the neck, man. Again, the neck of Thea being heavily targeted. Damn, that's a wicked looking gash. Didn't realize it was opened up so wide. Irish whip, Thea counters, Miller off the ropes. Headbutt! Misses, Thea keeps missing. Dodges down, matchbook again! What a match! Can Thea get to the pin? She doesn't know where she is. Thea don't know where she is right now. She thinks she's back in France. Gets to her feet. Too late to go for the pin. Thea knows it. Military press with a power so late in the smash. But Miller counters, rolls her up. Is Miller gonna steal it? Oh my God, how was that not 3? Thea counters. Kick out at 2. Oh, Thea's calling for it. You know what's coming. Fire starter. Into the pin. 1, 2. Bruh. Well, listen to these fans. They're saying one more time. One more time. They want another fire starter. Thea might be looking to give it to them. Off the ropes. DDT by Miller. And Miller going to act fast before the opportunity slips away. Another pixie plex on the neck. Sarah Miller has just pinned the Women's World Champion. What a match. And this is the last thing Thea needed heading into Ferocity. No, Miller's not done. As if the damage wasn't already done. Thea gonna be lucky to limp into Ferocity. No, into the steel steps. You gotta be kidding me. And Alice Blake gotta be licking her lips right now watching this.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the moody. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. On the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor.
Well, I'll tell you what, Medical has got their work cut out for them here. First, freaking Taryn Breeze, Sujin, Piper Goodish, and Selena Satoru, now Thea. Hopefully we'll get an update on Thea, guys, heading into Ferocity next week, and I hope no serious damage done. But we'll just have to wait and see. It is main event time here on Octane number 173, baby. We have got a doozy. No DQ. Elimination mixed tag team match. As Resurgence, Peligro, Andrew Briggs, Ben Stacy, and Cassidy Vice are set to take on the mega team of Stone, Divine, Davis, and Virtue. It was a gargantuan brawl last Octane after the Rite of Passage championship match between Blake Virtue challenging Andrew Briggs Briggs, of course, retaining, but that wasn't good enough, I guess. Resurgence. Well, namely, Cassidy Vice putting hands on Danielle Davis after the fact. Came to the rescue. Attempted to, anyway. Did Sophia E. Faith and Amelia Jones, but Resurgence still had them outnumbered. It was Paul Devine who was the deciding factor. Devine, who had defeated Ben Stacy earlier that night, evened things up and got the upper hand, sent Resurgence packing. Both Ben Stacy and Peligro partaking in the King of the Hill match next weekend in San Juan at Absolution. A 25% chance, greater than that, or more so a 35% chance that Resurgence books a main event spot at Ascendance 14. And not to mention Andrew Briggs with that Rite of Passage Championship concussion. Whatever he wants to for a World Championship opportunity. But it has been war since the start of this new season between Resurgence and the Regulators. And even Stone himself will admit that the vast majority of the time Resurgence has gotten the better of the Regulators, and well, mainly himself. Which just a couple weeks ago, Aaron Stone failed to capture the Pro Wrestling Japan International Championship from Peligro. But he is standing by the side of Blake Virtue here, trying to finally knock Resurgence down a peg. And I'll tell you what, if I was building a super team, here would be my first pick, 10 times out of 10. The Asian sensation, the man who puts the rising and rising sun, Japan's biggest export, the 6-time CMV World Champion, the one and only Paul Devine. Finally putting Resurgence on the back foot. And now looking to help Blake Virtue hammer that nail into the coffin. Paul Devine, a man well experienced throughout his CMV career, dealing with these groups like Resurgence. I mean, a couple of times he's been a part of a group like Resurgence. Nobody more skilled in every aspect of the game than the Hall of Famer, Paul Devine. And it was Resurgence who made the mistake of dragging Danielle Davis into this situation when Cassidy Vice put her hands on the Queen of the Ring last Octane, Something Virtue will not abide by. As Davis now joins her mans for this massive main event. And it's going to be a hard-hitting week for Danielle Davis because, of course, at Ferocity next weekend in San Juan, it is official. A rematch. Apathy and Crystal Violet will take on Let's Go Mighty. Danielle Davis and Ashley Rain in a street fight. But first, here in our main event, no DQ, elimination, mixed tag team matchup. And there, of course, the very first ever Divine Champion. You're looking at two future Hall of Famers in Danielle Davis and Blake Virtue, the power couple of CMV Queen and King of the Ring. Can Virtue finally get the monkey that is Resurgence off his back and focus finally on his road to Ascendance 14? Main event! No DQ! Elimination style mixed tag team matchup, guys. That means that all members of a team need to be eliminated, be it by pinfall or submission, in order for this match to end. There are no countouts, and there will be no disqualifications. Anything goes. As Peligo and Divine immediately get into it at ringside. Despite Stone being the legal man, Paul Divine is an opponent Peligo has talked for a long time about wanting to get into the ring with. Looks like he couldn't wait. He had to get a little taste of it there. Oh, big clotheslines from Stone. Knocking the Pro Wrestling Japan International Champion out of the corner. Side headlock. Couldn't really tell from that angle. Might have used those titty claws of his. Now in the corner. Damn, Divine's still on the outside over there. That doesn't bode well. And Stone delivers a torture rack neck breaker. Gorgeous maneuver. And the tag is made to Danielle Davis. Back in action. Obviously her return to the ring. A couple weeks ago on Shockwave did not go the way she would have wanted it to. Danielle Davis has got a set! Thumbtacks poured out all over Peligo's face. This is what you get for going after Davis's mans. Oh, Peligo with the titty claws to the eyes, gouging the eyes of Danielle Davis, and nothing Virtue can do. But watch as the tag is now made to Ben Stacy. Gonna meet in the middle. And crack the skull of Danielle Davis. Big splash off the apron there by the British Angel. One of the bigger questions heading into Absolution next weekend and the King of the Hill matches. Will we see Ben Stacy and Peligo work together? Try to eliminate everyone else, bring it down to the two of them. You would imagine that'd be the game plan, but then again, once that bell rings and it's on, tension can take over. You never know what might happen. Danielle Davis still incapacitated at ringside, starting to get back to her feet. Look at Peligo watching over her. Davis not showing any fear though. They go behind. Woo! The Aussie up kick Might have knocked a couple of them fangs loose. Davis back into the ring. It's Ben Stacy who's legal now, remember. This elimination style match. No eliminations yet. As I can just see Blake Virtue wholly uneasy as he watches from the apron. Davis going to try to make the tag and does to Aaron Stone. He's going to go right for his schoolboy, trying to make the first elimination. Cassidy Vice has got another sack. What is she doing? There was a tag made? Did I not see a tag? Well, she just handed the sack to Aaron Stone. Thanks very much. More thumbtacks. Hundreds of them now. All over the canvas. This is not going to end well. When I say medical was going to be very busy earlier or not? More so, it looks like. Irish whip into the corner by the former Rite of Passage champion to make the tag. It looks like to Andrew Briggs to throw Stone down into the tags. Knee to the back of the head, super kick to the jaw, into the pin. Save there. Oh, a kick to the ass from Virtue. Oh, and you can already see some of those thumbtacks embedded in the back of Aaron Stone as Briggs comes out of the corner. Tries for a big old tornado kick with the protein-packed powerhouse with a short-arm clothesline. Another one. Oh my God! Look at the amount of tacks embedded in the flesh of Briggs. He's trying to get out of there. Dozens of thumbtacks. Pricking Andrew Briggs. Oh my God, yeah, that would have ended horrifically. Briggs was looking for a bulldog, would have been right down in the thumbtacks. In the corner, Shining Wizard, that's vintage Briggs, baby. But it's Danielle Davis now. Making the save. Stone makes a quick tag, though. That's the veteran instinct taking over. Speaking of veteran, Paul Devine. Sending Briggs off into the corner. Big DDT into the thumbtacks. Oh, Andrew Briggs, man. Right into divine intervention. And a hook of the leg, but Ben Stacy and Pelligo both coming in to break it up. Divine gonna make Pelligo pay, chunks him to the outside. Big knee from the Rite of Passage champion, who's gonna make a tag to Ben Stacy, try to pull out some of those thumbtacks. Stacy playing around no sort of way with the Hall of Famer, the British Curse. Into the pin, but doesn't even get a 1 count. Stone in fast to break up that one. In the corner, though, tag made to the mastermind of Resurgence, Cassidy Vice. Oh, slamming the line right down into the thumbtacks and a dirty pin to eliminate Paul Devine, but still manages to kick out. That's the tenacity of the Asian sensation. Oh, but what a knee from Vice. That's got to do it. 1, 2. You would think after calling the entire career of Paul Devine, I would know better than to count him out for a single second. But oh, the Devine's got some thumbtacks in his neck. It's sticking out of his neck. DDT up the apron, Pelligo, another sack of thumbtacks. Looks like he just tossed them to Cassidy. Paul Devine yanking her up for a fisherman's driver on the floor. Again, no countouts, no disqualifications here, both down. As Ryan gets to his feet, he's going to pick up that sack. Looks like we're going to have even more thumbtacks. I think we had enough already, but I digress, I suppose. Oh, there goes Paligo, landing almost right on top of Cassidy Vice. Vice taking her time. No countouts. Blake Virtue tagged in for the first time, and here we go. This is what we've been waiting months for. Sister against brother. Cassidy Vice and Blake Virtue. Oh, come on. We just got cuffed. We just got mega cuffed. Vice immediately tagging out to Ben Stacy. I love it. Vice saying, you thought, huh? You thought. Near the side of the head into a clothesline. There goes Stacy right down into the hundreds of thumbtacks. Another bag, a fourth bag of thumbtacks. Dude, oh my God. Out of the corner comes Virtue with an elbow right between the eyes. This is insanity. But still nobody eliminated yet. Oh boy, chucked to the outside. Blake Virtue looks like he's about ready to take flight. Big puncher from the best bout machine. And these fans on their feet. Yeah, this is awesome. This is a main event you're only going to get on Octane. Oh my. Fifth sack of thumbtacks. We have enough, guys. Please. We have enough thumbtacks. Vintage Virtue can't help himself but to take a swipe at everyone. But Cassidy Vice keeps her brother at bay, throws him right down onto the floor. Vice up on the apron, but it is Ben Stacy and Blake Virtue who are legal. Look at the amount of thumbtacks, dude, all over Ben's body. He's got him in his thighs, in his lower back, in his chest, in his neck. Back into the ring. Blake Virtue. Waiting for Stacy to get to his feet. Another knee! No soft landing into the tacks either. Tag man, here we go! Sister against brother. Blake Virtue. Oh, Andrew Briggs. You heathen, you. They can only save her for so long now, and it looks like Virtue is hesitating. He's hesitating to do what he has to do against his sister, and the hesitation might cost him. Because Vice will not hesitate for a single second. Mocking her brother. Full steam ahead with the knee to the face. But Virtue, I'll tell you what, he's not going to hesitate again after that. Ooh! His chance man passed him by. Takes a cheap shot at both Stone and Divine. Can Virtue tag Danielle? Too far. Vice from the top with an elbow. Will she eliminate her own brother? Virtue kicks out. Vice none too happy about that. As she checks on Andrew Briggs. I don't know who has more thumbtacks in them right now. Ben Stacy or Andrew Briggs. Like that guessing game at the carnival. How many thumbtacks? Gets himself out of the tree of blow, but immediately sent into the corner of Resurgence. Vice staring her brother down a little too long. Virtue gets him with that elbow, goes behind. Oh my God. Oh man! Face first down onto the tacks. There was no hesitation there. And now a shoulder breaker. As Virtue makes the tag with his fiancée. Danielle Davis in to make Cassidy Vice pay for everything she's put her fiancé through these last couple of months. Takes a step back. Holy shit. The athleticism of Danielle Davis. She ain't done. Oh. Trying to get her with the hip attack. Vice with the knee to the midsection. And immediately going to try for the pin right in front of Virtue, but kicks out this Davis. Like I said, good preparation for Danielle Davis heading into that street fight next week at Ferocity. And now a tag to Andrew Briggs. It was Andrew Briggs putting his hand on Danielle Davis last Octane that ended up costing Virtue the Rite of Passage Championship, flew him into a rage. Briggs took advantage to retain. Knee drop. To the extended arm. Davis needs a tag. So Briggs sending her off a long way from home. Trying for a tag to Ben Stacy. Davis, though, keeping the Rite of Passage champion back now, sends him off the ropes. Oh, accidentally knocking Stacy and Bluger off the apron. There's spear! Danielle Davis with a spear! And she ain't done! Woo! Woo! Poison Rana in the text! You gotta be kidding! Dude, that would have been a 1,000 count. What a save by Ben Stacy. Danielle Davis going off the wall, tag to Peligro. And the fatal beeline. Oh, and a headbutt. Scrambles for the pin. 1, 2, but it's Divine who makes the save. Virtue begging for the tag, seeing Danielle Davis in pain, needing help, nothing he can do. Oh God, again, Ben Stacy and Peligro catching Danielle Davis in the middle. Now a table being brought out. Oh, come on. Briggs not even legal, man. Just took out that table, threw it on the down Davis, who is hurting something fierce right now. Ben Stacy, I believe, is the legal man at this point. But I think Ben Stacy trying to get us a little bit of a breather. Davis not going to give it to him. Big elbow beside the head. Fuck around, find out. And there's that up kick. Once more. Whirly bird head scissors. Ben Stacy being thrown for a loop here at the hands of Danielle Davis. Well, now would be the time to go for the tag, but Danielle Davis showing no fear. Oh my, a 6th bag. Davis says that's enough actually. Thank you. Oh, right to the side of the steel steps. Look at Davis! I love it! Ferocious! Going after Ben Stacy like this. She is beating his ass. Pardon my French. Where is she going now, though? Taking a little walk to the other side of the ring. Saying, how do you do to all the boys? What's up, Stone? How you doing, Divine? Looking good there, Virtue. Oh, going for the sack. For the sack. I thought she had seen sense. I guess not. This is a senseless match after all. Oh, but the tax distractor. And Stacy with the springboard cross running down the tag to Blake Virtue. Eve Hardy into the pin. 1, but Peligro breaks it up. Virtue not letting Stacy get away that easy. Another one. A second knee party! But now it's Briggs who comes in to break up the pin. My poor baby boy Ben Stacy tagged to Aaron Stone. May the good Lord have mercy on the British Angel's soul. Look at this teamwork. Right down into the thumbtacks. Knee for a knee. Treating Ben Stacy like he's a goddamn ping pong ball. Irish whip, but Stacy counters. Out of the corner, scoop slam. Stone's too thick. And again into the thumbtacks. As Virtue tagged back in. Bloodthirsty. Is the best bout machine. He's trying to get Stacy trapped in the corner. Forearm smash. Gonna take him down headfirst on the apron. But Aaron Stone coming to the aid of his friend. Wait, here comes Andrew Briggs. Things are gonna truly get chaotic now. Again, no countouts, no disqualifications. Oh my God! Whipped his Ben Stacy in the apron. Stacy and Stone, who are legal. I believe it's actually Stacy and Virtue. Yeah, the tag was made. Here in our main event, Octane number 173. No disqualification. Elimination. Virtue conversing momentarily with Daniel Davison, Paul Devine before going for Peligro. And a guillotine him. See you bye. Cassidy Vice not wanting any. Here's a little bit for Andrew Briggs too. See ya. And Cassidy again not wanting her turn. Ben Stacy back in. Tries for an Irish whip. Stacy counters. Into the corner. Big head kick attempted, but Virtue got the knees up. There's another knee for you. And non-stopping is Blake Virtue. The absolute last place Ben Stacy wants to be here in the corner as the tag is made to Aaron Stone. More great teamwork in between these two. The hell is this? Knee to the side of the head into a flapjack! That's gotta be it! 1, 2! Bro. Alhamdulillah. How? How did Ben Stacy kick out of that? Well, he ain't kicking out of this. Elevator! And a kick to the chest for added measure. Stone can go for the pin right now. He would surely have it. But wants to prolong the pain and punishment, I guess. Jesus Christ, Stone. I don't think I've ever seen him quite so bloodthirsty before. And now from the top, Vintage Stone, moonsault, top to 1,001, 2. Huh? 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 What? What? Stone's having none of it. Absolutely none of it. Tags in Virtue. Ben Stacy. Talk about a unit. Rope first down onto that middle rope. Just can't help himself. Virtue got to go for every single member of Resurgence. I mean, if you were him, you probably would too. Tag Stone back in. Look at Daniel Davison, Paul Devine, just staring at the dead body of Ben Stacy at ringside. Welcome to the funeral of young Ben Stacy. Stone takes out Vice, but Stacy's back in. Oh, he thought the referee was the legal man. Counters that Irish whip though. Turns him around. Up on top. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, Stone. The Stone. avoids that like his life depends on it, because it very well may have. Don't tell me it's another sack. It's another sack. A 7th sack has been introduced. More thumbtacks, pouring them out over Ben Stacy. And a running power slam into the tag. Brother. Praise be to Allah. Ben Stacy needs God right now. Virtue tag back in. Oh, he says, though. He says, wait a minute. He says, wait a minute. The Psycho! What? Stacy gets right back up and avoids a 3rd knee party. What is happening? Dude, who is Ben Stacy? Who is this man? The tag to Cassidy Vice. As she goes right for that knee. And she knows it'll take more than that to put down her big brother. A shot right to the back of the head. But Aaron Stone stopping the elimination. Irish whip, kitchen sink. Now Blake Virtue, I think everybody at this point has got some thumbtacks stuck somewhere, even if not necessarily visible. Tag to Paul Devine. Another rendition of that knee into the flapjack. Hooks the leg to Devine to eliminate Cassidy Vice. But kicks out. There's a reason this match had an hour time limit. I fully believe we may go the whole hour at this rate. This has been nothing short of a war. Hundreds of innocent thumbtacks utilized for bloodshed. I don't know what Pelligo was thinking there. Cheap shot from Danielle Davis. Look at how he doesn't give a shit. He goes right back into the corner. Try that again, he says. Right in front of Blake Virtue with a springboard coffin drop. Brings the Hall of Famer to his feet. Does Pelligo. Tries for an Irish whip, but able to reverse is Devine. Knocks Briggs off the apron. What is that neck breaker? No eliminations yet. Couple of dead bodies. But I'm sure we're going to have some more. Catchphrase! And Pelligo feeling those hacks dig into his flesh. It does not tickle. Here, Kitty says Paul Devine sets him up. From Brett's rope. Lining up a shot, the Asian sensation with a European uppercut into the pin. Will Pelligo be the first to go? My God, dude. We may go a whole hour with no eliminations. I don't doubt it at this particular point in time. Super kick from Pelligo from Virtue. Not even willing to give it a 1 count. Pro wrestling. Oh, super kick falls into the cover, but it's Danielle Davis who saves the Hall of Famer that time. Pelligo, though, from the apron. Springboard super kick attempted. Devine neckbreaker into the thumbtacks. And says, "You're going nowhere, pussycat." Tag to Blake Virtue. Big ol' punch to the gut. Gonna go behind his Virtue. Reverse DDT again into the thumbtacks. And I don't even just say it at this point. Every move is pretty much in the thumbtacks. Hundreds upon hundreds of them in the middle of the ring. Knee according to Peligro. Ben Stacy and Castle Vice both coming in to try and make the save. Dropping him right on top of his head. Peligro out of what has got to be pure instinct alone, trying to crawl to the corner, make the tag. Virtue says, you're not going anywhere, buddy. Going gorilla mode is Virtue here. From Retro, Virtue. Frog splash attempted, but Peligro gets the knees up. Backstabber. Peligro tries to wake himself up. Tag made to Danielle Davis. A little bit overzealous there. Super kick. As Davis eating some tacks. And look at Peligro, come on now. Just sick. And I think we're all well aware at this point just how sick and twisted Peligro is. Tanahashi clothesline! Will Davis score the first elimination? Inhuman, man. Inhuman. But there's the elbow! Come on, Davis! It's gotta be it! What? What? Brother, how? How? Davis looking about as perplexed as I am right now. Okay, she's probably just got some thumbtacks in her hands right there. I don't know if that's very wise. And the hip attack connects that time. No, don't let him make the tag, Davis, turn around! Oh, the tag to Andrew Briggs. Davis with a rare mistake. Put another elbow! Wrong person, Danielle! STO to Peligro, it's Briggs who's legal now. Too late to go for the pin, I guess she thinks. Oh, wait a minute, might be looking to make herself a little resurgent sandwich here. Andrew Briggs to one corner, Peligro to another. Tag to Virtue, the queen and king of CMV. Double back body jump to Peligro, but again, it's Briggs who's legal now. He's going for Davis. Shining Wizard. The best bout machine. What the hell is Davis doing over there to Ben Stacy? He hasn't been through enough already? Lewis in mid there, does Virtue for that kick to the face. Both of them going for knees. Oh, great shot through the thighs of Paul Watts. Rewind, hang on a minute. Didn't know I was going to get all hot and bothered in this match now. All right, I think Briggs has officially lost his mind. It's just repeatedly flipping Virtue in the corner. Maybe he's trying to make him dizzy. There might be some sort of strategy to this. I think Virtue might be the one with the least amount of thumbtacks in him. Oh, that might be about to change. Catapult into the forearm, smash down over the knees. Slingshot cross body. No eliminations yet. A half an hour has elapsed. DDT in the attack. Blake Virtue might have hesitated at first, but that time has passed. This is war. Tag to Paul Devine. Oh, they're gonna pass Vice back and forth. Pass it like the blood. Knees to the gut. And Devine looking for an answer from the heavens here. Watch out, Danielle. Knocked off the apron. Vice, what is that? Rope hug neck breaker. Irish whip into the corner to make that tag. Oh, no, Ben Stacy's not having it. He says, no, fuck you. Makes the tag to Briggs instead. A double headbutt to the Hall of Famer. And again, every single move More and more thumbtacks digging into the skin of these competitors. It's unavoidable. There are thumbtacks everywhere. I mean, they might as well be fighting on a canvas made of nails. Oh, the line thinking about making the tag, fought a little. Low blow! No disqualifications! 1, 2, Virtue just in time. Wow. Briggs goes low, desperate ploy. Looked like it would have paid off too. If not for Virtue there. Tag to Ben Stacy. A backstabber. I can't believe Stacy is still standing right now. That is unbelievable. Dog splash from the top. And a knee to the arm of the Asian sensation, writhing in agony. Why Stacy would not go for the pin after hitting that frog splash, I do not know. Off the ropes, what a match these two had. Jeez, big fucking toss right down into the tacks. Brother. Divine gonna roll him up. Divine! 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 Ben Stacy is eliminated! Over half an hour! We finally have our first elimination! A desperate move by Divine pays off! Ben Stacy has been eliminated, but it took everything out of Divine. Oh, I don't know what happened to Vice there. The camera was too busy focusing on Divine. Look at the thumbtacks. Danielle Davis is going to have to get herself a new pair of the yoga pants, I do think. Well, now it's up to Resurgence to try to even things up. It is 3-4. Catchphrase attempted by Divine. Vice turning into the spinning soul kick instead. Fights back to Divine. Oh my God, no way he does it twice. No way he does it twice. No way he does it twice. No way! He tried it, but Vice able to kick out. And a reverse STO. And then every single landing, man, into a thumbtack. Line vindication! One of his all-time great rivals, Voice Vindy. A little homage there, might have had it, but Peligo breaks up the pin. Vice trying to get herself out of that corner. Well, it took us over half an hour to get our first elimination. Who wants to take bets when we'll get our next, if we will? Exactly what I expected in a match like this, though. But nothing less. Maybe a little bit less. Now breaks with a sit-out powerbomb. Going to the wrong corner there, buddy. I should probably have a good number of concussions on our hands at this point. Oh, Briggs, come on! And Virtue takes them both out. Can't help himself, that son of a bitch. And he ain't done with Virtue either. Splash on the floor. This gives Divine the time he needs to get back to his feet, though. 24th punch! Briggs very nearly paying the price for that BS at ringside there. An eighth bag of thumbtacks, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Yeah, somebody made a very big sale. I'll say that much. Some thumbtack proprietor made some good money. That's for damn sure. Resurgence gonna try to even things up. And they do! Paul Devine eliminated by Andrew Briggs, but in comes Davis to immediately try to take the advantage again. It is down to 3-on-3. Ben Stacy for Resurgence eliminated. Paul Devine just got pinned by Andrew Briggs. Davis, again, gonna have so many thumbtacks embedded in the palm of her hands doing that shit. But I guess the pain well worth it to get this payback against Resurgence. Down on the Irish whip will send Davis into Virtue. And then the slimy little weasel Andrew Briggs. I can tell just looking at him, he loves this. Virtue doesn't! Briggs gonna give a little bit to him as well. Dump to the outside. Danielle Davis is legal. Remember, she's back in. I love the fight of Danielle Davis, man. That's what you do when you love someone. You step up for your mans. What a fighter Danielle Davis is. Oh, here's that backstabber again. As Peligro with a springboard swanton bomb attempt at Davis, able to get the knees up though. Chase been dropped and caught him inside the head. Davis into the pin. Davis hooks the leg with her leg. Peligro, wow, what a kick out. Very unique pin that was, but it's not enough to take out Peligro. Sent into the corner, up on the top. That super D-Day, I think. Peligro wanting none of that, though. Headbutt to Danielle Davis into the pin. Will Resurgence take the lead? Davis kicks out. It is 3-3. Just under 20 minutes left on the clock. 2 eliminations. Ben Stacy and Paul Devine. I don't know how in God's good name Ben Stacy is going to be in any condition to compete in King of the Hill. The same goes for Peligro, but more so Ben Stacy. Oh no. Cassidy Vice. Davis would have been pulling thumbtacks out of her eyes if that connected, dude. What a save that was. She ain't out of trouble. Irish whip sends her into the corner. Looping palm strike. I'm gonna run the top rope, delivering a huge kick right upside the head of Danielle Davis. Into the pin, gotta do it, gotta do it. Insanity. Insanity. Davis grabbed by the hair, dragged into the corner. Nothing Vice would love more than to pin, then to eliminate Danielle Davis right in front of her big brother, Blake Virtue. But Danielle Davis not looking to let that happen. Gonna make the tag. Tag to Aaron Stone. Protein-packed powerhouse gonna pick it up here. As he drags Vice by arm and by leg away from the ropes. What the hell is he going for? Vice does not want to find out, I guess. Irish whip reverses. Vice in the corner. Elbow to the side of the head. Little shot to the juicy thighs of Blake Virtue. What cinematography for this brutal war we are witnessing here in our main event. Oh my God, dude. The amount of thumbtacks in the back of Peligro. He's got like an entire bag's worth of thumbtacks in his back. What a save by Davis! Peligro was setting up for the super kick. Davis with the save, and now a huge powerbomb. Tag to Virtue. Best bout machine Trying to lead his team to victory. Tag Stone right back in. Some more superb teamwork by these two friends. Peligro thrown down to the attacks. Knee. 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 To the gut. Stone's got the submission. Stone's got his arm. But breaks. Quick to make the save. Peligro is in an astonishing amount of pain right now. Stone going to the top. Stone. 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 Oh, tucked. I think Peligro rolled out of range there. Stone got to rethink his strategy. Irish whip into the corner, gets countered. Rolls a super kick! Caught! Caught! Can Virtue get there in time? Yes, he can. Stone over to the corner. Peligro tries to get him. Check the back door! Special delivery! Hit him, Stone! What are you doing? There we go! What? Oh, the hesitation, man. Gives Vice the chance to get it and break it up. Stone just wanted to watch him ride for a second or two there. Understandable, fair enough. He wanted to watch him wiggle around the room. Peligro Trixie with the roll-up, hooks the arms, has the arms hooked. Stone is eliminated. It is now down to 3-on-2 in favor of Resurgence. Cassidy Vice, Peligro, Andrew Briggs against the Queen and King of CMV. Can they stand the test against the odds? It's up to Davis trying to even things up here. Irish whip into the counter. Sends him out. Hang on, reverses. Davis tries to go low. Backstabber. I hardly know her. Davis still managing to muster up resistance. Ain't no way! Danielle Davis, the GOAT. Making sure Peligro's well acquainted with those turnbuckles. Closes the distance. No, not fast enough. Not when you're up against Peligro. Got him by the arm, chops away, kick from midsection by Davis. Irish whip now into the corner, makes the tag to Blake Virtue. Working together. The power couple of CMV. Virtue says, where in the fuck do you think you're going, buddy? Peligro, though, managing to escape back into the ring. Avoids that knee. Looks like Virtue might have tweaked it. House back in now. Things quick, not quick enough. Super kick. Down goes Virtue, tries to crawl into the corner. Peligro gives him the chance to make the tag to Cassidy Vice now. And now Cassidy wants to come, and now that Virtue's been beaten to bloody hell. But you know what? Go to hell! To his own sister. But Vice eats it. Right back at him with a DDT off the apron. And Vice, animalistic, as she pounces on top of her own brother, bashing his head in. These kicks in the back of the every time Virtue tries to mount offense. Vice knows what's coming, of course. Sister and brother know each other better than any two people can know one another. Virtue, gotta focus on Vice. Might not want to. He's gonna make the tag to Daniel Davis. Leave it up to his fiancée to dispatch of his sister. Can Davis do it? Grabbing her by that hair. Dragged over to the ropes. Irish whip on the rebound. There's that Tanahashi clothesline into the pin. But Peligro makes the save. May have just given Cassidy Vice a precious couple of seconds, though. Ooh! Tripped her up. Davis goes face first into the tax. Madness in our main event. Oh, Vice tried for the elbow. But didn't realize to Danielle Davis that Vice was ducked. Had a blind shot at there. Did not pay off. Irish whip. Vice, another barrel roll. Danielle Davis says, you get one. Against the ropes. What Davis keeps going for. Now the tag made to Peligro. Just a tad over 11 minutes left on the clock. Ben Stacy, Paul Devine, and Aaron Stone have been eliminated. It is 3-2. And Peligro, a little premature celebration. As the fatal feline again uses those claws of his to gouge out the eyes of Danielle Davis. Snaps a moment drop on the floor. And to think Danielle Davis has to go through this whole thing again next weekend at Ferocity, pretty much. Ringboard, oh my God, right on top of Danielle Davis. Somehow that's not one of the crazier things we've seen in this match. And now I'd forgotten about that table. Just gonna throw it on her again. Second time she's had that table thrown at her. And a super kick. Get her back into the ring. This one's over. Danielle Davis falling on the sword for her man. 1, 2. Even Virtue thought that was going to be it. He is doing all he can to help Davis tag to Andrew Briggs. Davis got to make a tag. Not that Virtue is necessarily in any kind of better shape, but come on, got him. Just stay down, Davis. Just stay down. She won't quit. She won't let Blake Virtue down. Not while she still has life left. But that might not be for much longer. Shining Wizard. And now brings it a mock Virtue. He could pin her right now. Briggs, come on, pin her, man. Just pin her. Disgusting. Tags in Vice instead, and Vice gonna line up that kill shot. Meteor drags the lifeless Davis out of the corner. 1, 2, 3. It is down to 3-on-1 and Vice. Look at how she avoids her brother. No! Virtue, you fool! You fool! Pays the price! Does Blake Virtue. 3-on-1. Virtue left all by himself. Seems impossible. I'm not ready to count him out just yet. Not Blake Virtue. I will never count out Blake Virtue. Yeah! Into the tax! Well, if he's going down, he's taking Resurgence with him. But what does he have left? I'll tell you. Nothing. Nothing. X marks the spot. And gonna pin her own flesh and blood. No! Blake Virtue. Two madmen. Gives his sister The old guillotine. Look at everybody backing down. Nobody wants a piece of Virtue here. He is outnumbered, trying to fight the best he can. They could never make me hate you, Peligro. Not in 1 million years. A ninth sack of thumbtacks. Virtue distracted, but he takes the thumbtacks from his sister. Oh no! Out on the apron. Vice again. Gonna get dropped. Throat first. On that middle rope. Oh, why do you keep going after Peligro? Virtue just cannot help himself. And Vice able to get back up now. Just a bit over 6 minutes left on the clock. 3-on-1, and we are witnessing potentially the end of Blake Virtue at the hands of Resurgence. More thumbtacks poured out over Virtue's face. Vice, you're sick! You're sick! To her own damn brother! One, two, three. In one of the sickest matches I have ever seen. Sick in a couple of different ways. Resurgence, as has become the standard, victorious. As Cassidy Vice pins her own brother. A united Resurgence, standing tall in a match that I don't think anybody will soon be forgetting. Certainly not Cassidy Vice.